Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I'm back from that short break. When I was away, we hit 11k on this channel. Thank you all so much for that. It feels like this channel's just been growing so much lately. Anyways, today I want to make a video on a very easy strategy that you can use to solo the Realm of Shadows on hardcore. Now, gear-wise, you do not need solos, you do not need armor of otherworldly power. I'd recommend you get the Cape of Pressure and then at least an Infinity or Nihility for this strategy. Now, both Release Energy of Space and Binded Energy of Time will be very useful. You can use Gauntlet of Anticipation instead of Release Energy of Space, but I highly recommend you try to get Binded Energy of Time for this, and there's really nothing that can replace that. Anyways, the rune you're going to want to use is the Flame God, and in there you're going to want to use all three abilities affected by it, so Divider, Windstorm, and Shatter. Now let's get into the strategy itself. So when you first spawn in on hardcore, there will be a bunch of mobs that spawn in all around the map. So for those of you who do not know this, the only mobs you actually have to kill in order for the first boss to spawn in is those like Necromancer Mage mobs that are already spawned in right when you spawn in. They will spawn in a bunch of mobs. However, the extra mobs that get spawned in, the skeletons and then the dudes with the black wings, you do not actually have to kill in order for the boss to spawn in. All you have to do is kill the 4 mages. So once that is done, the first mini boss will spawn in. This guy isn't too bad. So what he will do is spam a very annoying tornado move. When this happens, do not use any moves because, well, you can't get out of it and you'll just waste them and have a cooldown you have to deal with. So make sure when you're into tornado just to save your abilities for when you're out of it. And then he also shoots these purple balls everywhere. All you really gotta do is walk around him in a circle, spam your Divider and Shatter, and then once both of those are on the floor, you want to walk around in a tight circle so he stays within both of those DOTs, and then use your Windstorm, and you should really have no problem shredding this boss. This first boss in this raid is very easy to kill, so really no one should have too much of a struggle with it. He can hurt quite a bit if you do not dodge all of his ball attacks, so do make sure you watch out for that. And the tornado doesn't really hurt that bad. His main thing is just that it is super annoying to deal with. So the bulk of this video is going to be talking about the second boss. So the final boss of this can be a very annoying boss to kill, and you will probably die a couple of times while doing this solo. So doing this solo isn't necessarily very fast, but the strategy I'm showing is going to be very safe. Yes, you can use Havoc instead of Windstorm on solo, but for the sake of this video, I want to show this safe strategy because I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this will not have the best gear in the game while doing this raid, and really if you have gear that's a little bit under par for this raid on solo, you really should not be using Havoc. Anyways, Acceleration, Divider, and Shatter are going to be your best friend while fighting this boss. He will spam attacks all over the map, so the things you need to watch out for the most is the big, like, it's not really a circle, it's like he spawns in a bunch of rectangles that are very wide that go all over the map. These attacks will hurt a lot. Make sure you're never within like the actual attack radius of these when they go off, because your health will go down incredibly fast. Something else he will do is these like piano tile purple things will spawn all over the floor. These do not hurt very much, but they can do a lot of damage over time if you're not paying attention to it, so make sure you do jump when those go off. Also, the most annoying thing about this strategy is if you're using Windstorm, oftentimes you cannot see the attack spawning under your feet. So for this last boss, in reality, you're not going to be using Windstorm as much as you were for the mobs in the first boss. Anyways, when he spams all of these attacks, you do got to be very careful because they all hurt a lot. What you really want to do is you want to walk around the outside, and then when he stops spamming attacks, you walk in, Acceleration, Divider, Shatter, and Windstorm if you have the time. If he's spawning in attacks, do not Windstorm. It's best just to get out of there, because the DOTs of both Divider and Shatter will shred his health over time. That is why Flame God is such a useful rune for this raid, because both Shatter and Divider have massive DOTs, and you don't need to be standing next to him for them to be doing damage. So you can be running around and dodging his attacks while both of these DOTs just shred his health. So the most annoying thing about this boss is he will spawn in these like very hard to see circle attacks at your feet that are kind of annoying to dodge. This is where Windstorm gets a little annoying to use, because when he spams these attacks, your Windstorm will block it, and you may not even know that he's using these attacks. So that's why you got to be very careful when using Windstorm in there. In reality, this boss isn't really too bad. He just can be a little bit annoying until you get used to his attack patterns. Now, this raid is very much so worth farming if you have not done a lot of EOT. Now, I know I did mention most of the gear you want to use in here is from EOT Hardcore, which is unfortunate because you kind of need that gear in order to do it easily. You can do it with lesser gear, but really it helps out a lot. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be farming this raid for the Shadow Link weapon. This is the third best weapon in the game. It does 3 million damage, and obviously you need Shadow Link and Infinity to get the best weapon known as the Soulist. So hopefully this video will help you guys out. Really all you got to do in there is make sure you watch your feet, dodge all of his attacks, do not get hit by the bright red radius attacks, those will shred your health, and over time you will defeat this boss. It will take you 4 to 5 minutes with this strategy. It isn't the fastest thing in the world, but it is a very safe strategy. You can use it with lesser gear. All you got to do is know how to dodge his attacks, and you guys should have no problems defeating this boss. Anyways guys, I hope this video helped you guys out for a good and easy solo strategy for hardcore on this boss. Leave a like if it did, subscribe for more, comment down below what other videos you want to see from me, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!